Good evening, Samurai. Welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel, welcome to the Vortex. My name is Ezio and I will be your guide this evening as we venture forth into worlds, into realms very much travelled at this point. Hail to each and every one of you, be you a chatter, be you a lurker, be you watching live here on Twitch or in the YouTube archives. Welcome. And hey, for those of you who are in the YouTube archives, well, hopefully you're enjoying what you're seeing on the channel at the moment. If you are, hopefully you'll consider hitting that like button, leaving a comment, maybe even subscribing. It all certainly helps us out, apart from the state that YouTube's in at the moment. But we'll gloss over that one, because YouTube is always listening. Hi YouTube, please don't hurt me. But anyway, yes, with that said, for those of you who couldn't join us on the previous leg of our journey, we ventured forth across the streets of Kamurocho and a few other cities as we continued to work through the completion lists. We worked through most, not all, but most of the completion list for the weapons and gear. Which reminds me, I should probably open the Excel spreadsheet while I'm at it. There we go. Yes, all of the gear's done. Awesome. As for the weapons, we require a squid. And then once we have acquired the squid, we can then make the last two that we have on the books. Awesome. Then it's into weapon level grinding and heat actions. And then I think that's all of the get completion list stuff done. Then it's just a case of the Amon fight and then finishing the game.
Dun dun dun!
It's getting scurrilingly close, I'm going to admit. So yeah, there we go. So with that said, come, join me as we once more step foot into the Vortex as we continue to travel and traverse the world, the realm that is Yakuza 5 Remastered. Our destination lays before us, the controls are set, and as always, the PlayStation is turned on and ready to go. So, let us go. Shall we? Boop. I noticed that the Discord hasn't sent a notification out. That's rather unfortunate. There we go. Ah, perfect timing. Right. Now, is this because the bot has gone weird, or is this just because of the way things are? Tell you what, I'll give the bot a reboot, just in case. Oh, no, hold on. No, that woke it up. Okay, sure, whatever. I'll go with that. Technology doesn't seem to like me today. Oh, Google, I don't want to save my passwords with you. Go away. You've already said that you're leaking people's incognito browsing history, so why should I believe you when you say you're going to keep my passwords safe? Hey, there we go. Oh, Daisy Luna, welcome. Right. Fish. Items. Okay. Well, we've got some inventory space, so we shall get ourselves some fish. Ing bait is, yeah. And then some fish by extension. Worm. And 3 prawns. Surely that's enough for us to catch a thing. On the heat action list, Yakuza 5 sea fishing, isn't it? Aha, squid. Yeah, shrimp. We've got shrimp, and it's 20 meters to 100 meters. Right. We can do the thing of many things. Wait. Oh, was there a follow notification as well? Cool. I don't care. No. Well, if there was a notification, it's not pinged on my system. Oh no. Oh no, there was a follow. Thank you very much for the follow, Daisy Luna. Much appreciated. Welcome to the Band of Travellers. How are you doing? I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm as happy and cheerful as always. Something about luck, I do not care. Sorry, I just ran into a dude. That dude looks angry. Well, so much for thinking I could avoid him. Okay. Oh, he's got friends. He's got a lot of friends. Right, okay then. You, come here. Go there. You. Right, you. Go there. Oh. Not dead, by the way. Severely broken arm, but not dead. Hey, down. And for good measure. Yep. No. Right, was that a smart idea? Probably not. Oh, there's more of them. Somebody was on his phone. Okay, fine. Oh. I could have sworn Kiryu had a multi-move thing that you could... No, or whatever. An AoE takedown, but I could be imagining it. Or I'm remembering it from a previous game. Because let's face it, I've played so many of these games that things are bound to sort of get a bit mixed together. Right. Bonk. That works. Get down. Bonk. Cool. Yes. Yes, you should be sorry. You and your goon friends. Right, docks. I need the docks. I need to fish. The ocean calls me. I'm not entirely sure if this is the right time of day to be trying to catch squid, though. This might have been a mistake. At night. Pickle. Yeah, I should have probably paid attention to that bit, shouldn't I? Okay, right, well, back to Kamurocho. That entrance, sure. Assuming the game now lets me change the time of day and it hasn't hard locked me into evening, because that would be really, really stupid. Hey, Lordland, welcome. So, what's the plan, Alfred? It is to... What if I change characters? Does it let me change the time of day if I change characters? If not, then we're fishing for squid at the wrong time of day. I just followed you on X. Oh, you're a bot. Okay, then. No, it's broken. Okay, then. That's annoying. Alright, let's see if we can just catch some squid without changing the time of day. Ugh. Right, dot. Right. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, wait. Oh, surely the game's not going to hard lock me. So the squid is 20 meters to 100 meters. That is 20 meters. Oh, 34 actually. But it's, you know, it's within the spec. Oh, wait, there we go. That's the one I'm using. It is a long squid. No, it's an eel. Okay. Ow. Oh, they're prawns. Oh, yeah, prawns aren't much good for catching squid. Oh, well, I'll try here. This in the 100-meter mark. Oh, it is. Do-do-do-do-do. Well, it's not like the... Actually, I can't remember what the other music track was. I can't remember if this is the uber upbeat one or if it's just the standard one. No. It is a flat squid. There's a flounder. Okay. Eel evening. Flounder evening. Ah. Wait a minute. Squid's in Kanichiko. Oh. Yeah, that's why I'm not catching any squid here. It's because I'm in the wrong bloody place. Oh, right, okay. Then I will... Kanichiko's, later, isn't it? 45 streams. Awesome. All 45 of them being Yakuza 5. Right. Or is it Kiryu's? I suppose I can easily find out by just talking to the taxi driver beforehand. I wonder if I go back to Kiryu's apartment if I can change the time of day. suspect probably not. I suspect that's only a new Serena thing, and I've fumbled it. Here's another climber. Good fishing. But we will go and sell what we've caught so far, just so we don't have it in the inventory. Hello! I wish to sell my fish. I will sell you this, these two, this, and this pond turtle named Jim. For I have no caterpillars who call Jim, so the pond turtle will have to suffice. Should have called him Dave. I missed that one. Oh well. Right. Where's Kenichiko? No, I think Kenichiko is Kiryu's. No, it's Nagasuga. Okay. Now Kenichiko must be then Shineda. Right. Okay, Mr. Host. I do not care, so I'm just going to hit you with this bicycle. Bonk. There we go. Problem solved. Right, okay, for that. Not so happy now, are you? Send the bike flying. That was entertaining. Right, let's go and heal. Then we'll go back and switch to Shineda. I'm glad this has become the takoyaki place again. It was greatly missed. I shall have this premium malt, even though it's got a massive head on it. And this absolutely tasty takoyaki. Marvelous. I wonder why I can't change the time of day. Surely the game could have been that, given me that kindness. Probably not. You won't be able to manually advance time until the final chapter of the game. Yes, I've already done that. Advancing time. If you're right to the end of Seijima's section, you won't be able to finish the substance until end of the game. In the last chapter, you only have the option to move time forward and can't cycle back. it'll be night first, then morning, then afternoon, if I remember correctly. That's a really stupid design decision, but okay, fine, the game has spoken, and therefore we must just live with these choices and pray that we can manage to catch a squid at a different time of day. But evening is not too different from night, and I'm hoping that there is an ability to catch it. If not, then I'm going to have to get the Squid Spear post game. That really sucks. There we go. Yeah, you are the only one who's allowed a massive head on the stream. That was a ego joke, by the way, not a physical size joke. So. Bonk. Wooden katana. Oh, well out. Just realised I need to empty Sineada's inventory downtown. No one could hope to amount to your IT prowess. Oh, there's plenty of techie people out there. Line this short man, Sebastian. Network beer coffee man, Chuck. Jay has a lot of change sense. Many people. Right, get these. There we go. Speedily being replaced by AI. Not right. Well, not quite. The whole thing with AI is a lot of companies decided to move to AI, and then a lot of companies quickly realized that that was actually a stupid idea and have tried to move back from AI. I mean, Duolingo did a very quick U-turn after that whole debacle. Microsoft seems to be gunning, well, the big tech companies, so Microsoft and Amazon are still very much gunning for AI. Can't help but wonder if so many faulty Windows updates at the moment are because Microsoft has a remit that says you must use AI to assist you in coding. How many AI streamers do you think we have? I can only think of one, and it's that the girl with the pet turtle person. Yes, it is. Yes. Right place. Right, to the docks. Beedle, I think their name is. The turtle's name. Well, tortoise, technically. Technically, it's a tortoise. Beedle and the AI girl. Yeah. Big streamer. Don't know much about them. I wish to purchase some bait. I wish to purchase shrimp, apparently. Shrimp's only 700. Vinegar squid's cheaper, though. Not as cheap as the manila clam, however. Let's try the manila clam. Manila clam. There we go. Not cram. Clam. There are also many VTubers. That should be in the 100 meters. I'm going to be annoyed if we get a squid on the first try, because it means I've just bought all of those clams for absolutely no reason. At which point I might just do a bunch of fishing to burn through all the clams and then just sell the fish for a bit of extra profit.
Stop!
Ah, yes. It is the lighting unit, and therefore we must conclude that it is something common, and thus maybe a squid. I'd much rather watch goldfish play Pokemon than AI. This is true. AI is one of those things where, unlike days of yore with search engines, you could pretty much rely on just one search engine. With AI, you need to have like 3 different AI bots running, 3 different AI chats running, just to make sure that you're actually getting the correct information. In case, say, ChatGPT loses the conversation thread or starts hallucinating. So you have to then cross-reference it with something like DeepSeek and Llama, and it just seems like an awful faff. I mean, you can do stuff with AI in the terminal, which I was looking into earlier today, but I haven't got too deep into it. Because I mainly got sidetracked with making PowerShell look a bit prettier. Oh, it's a fugu. I caught that with the wrong type of bait, so I can only assume that I do have a chance, just a limited chance. I meant to say, apart from yourself, I tend to watch stream VODs on YouTube rather than live. You have really struck a gold mine with the VM uploading your VODs. I wish others did the same rather than manually. I mean, yeah. Well, that's it. I'm surprised it took me this long to actually think of doing that. I mean, I still have to manually set all of the titles, etc., etc. But it is easy. But rather than having to try and work it around where my PC's just locked up for the day, partially uploading, yeah, just throw it all onto the VOD, all onto a Ubuntu VM running on my server, and that'll just sit there quite happily, 24 hours, uploading however long it takes to upload. Now, if only I could offload that, do something similar with my rendering, that would be nice, but I don't have a GPU in there powerful enough to really do it, so I'll use my main PC. But now that I've managed to hit a decent set of encoding settings, it's all sort of working now, as long as my internet doesn't go screwy. And now that the server is up and running with a better core, and now that my computer actually has some extra fans in it again, it should be alright. I don't think it was a thermal limit on the rendering times. I do think it was I was just an idiot and threw everything at the wall. I mean, it rendered in 4K, but it wasn't optimal, so it was just doing raw, and it took hours. Which is fine, apart from it locks up the PC for 6 hours, so I basically had to just set it running before work and then hope that it finished by the time I got home. At least with this now, I can render multiple episodes in a single day, and it's all in 4K, so, you know. And then all I have to do is go onto the dashboard on YouTube, set the title and all the information, schedule it to go live whenever, and there we go. It all sorts of works. I've had some schedule slippages the last few weeks, but yeah, that's because I've been busy. Come on. And it is the flounder. Well, they were only available in Kamurocho. Oh, they were available in both places. Oh, okay. Oh, and I still don't trust the latest Windows updates, since using a weird keyboard and mouse could break everything. That is true also. It's, yeah. I have given it more than a thought. I've given it thought on more than one occasion on whether or not I want to switch over to Linux for my main rig. It's just once we've got, yeah, there's better game support now, so I don't know.
Stop!
mean, OBS I think works on Steam, on Linux. Steam obviously works in Linux. I need to know if my editing software works in Linux. Other than that, just web browser and email stuff, I think I could probably make the jump across. It just might limit the amount of games I can play if they use some weird baked-in anti-cheat sort of stuff. No complicated, so no thanks. I mean, it's not too complicated moving over to Linux if all you use your computer for is a bit of gaming and a web browsing and etc, etc. Thing is, I do like Windows, but Microsoft are doing some really, really dumb stuff at the moment. I mean, interface changes, they've happened forever, but all the AI stuff they're trying to bake into it, and all the monitoring stuff, and... I know it isn't, but I have my PC set up just nicely, even though the Xbox PC app sucks. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Do we think I'm... That's a loss on this one. Stop! Played the Outer Worlds 2 last night, although not enough to any sort of opinion. Fair enough. Fair enough. I have got it, I have purchased it, I just have not installed it because I'm not going to play it anytime soon. I think after this I'm very tempted to just do a slew of smaller games before we move on to Yakuza 6. Then depending on how bad Yakuza 6 is to complete, I might put the Outer Worlds in there, at least in between that and the next Yakuza game that I can't remember which one it is. I'll have to think about it, because that's when we get out of the numbers, then I think it's Judgment after Yakuza 6. Then Inshin, which is apparently going to be just as much of a nightmare to complete as Yakuza 5. Not complete, 100% even. Can't remember the terminology, right? Spyro 2, 3, and Phantom Liberty are smaller games. Well, Spyro 2 is definite, Phantom Liberty is definite. I don't know if I'll do Spyro 2 as an in-between. I was also tempted of playing both Portal games. Actually, let's switch up the rotation. See if we can manage to find our Squid. Right. Hey, old Palomino, welcome. Yakuza 6 is a smaller game. Smaller than most Yakuza games. Oh, okay then. Didn't realize it was small. Wait, smaller? Right. We'll see. We'll see. I'm guessing it's about Kiwami 2 sort of length. We also have to factor in Ezio time as well, remember? I have a tendency of stretching these things out far beyond their natural limits. Stop! Oy. But yeah, I kind of want to flesh out the library a bit. Go on a few more journeys before we return to Yakuza. It's sort of like the same with Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. It's just long games. And I want to take a breather between them. That's why we started doing the Arkham games in between things. Have a franchise run within a franchise run, though let's face it, the Yakuza franchise run has just become its own beast entirely. Yes, Ezio time is worse than daylight savings time. Indeed. Oh, mentioning Ezio, I've also got Assassin's Creed, the Ezio trilogy to play at some point. So I might try and work one of those games in as well, especially Assassin's Creed 2. That is not particularly... The feathers are a pain in the backside, but it's not a particularly egregious game. 100%. Oh, well. I mean, I nearly completed it on Xbox back in the day. I just missed a couple of feathers, and in a very un-Ezio move, I just gave up. Wait. Let me guess, there's going to be another umbrella. Oh, I think about it. Umbrellas are a pain in the neck, because I can't get rid of them. I have to go to the pawn shop to offload them. Or dump them in the industry. Oh, well. We'll see how it goes. I need to go to the pawn shop anyway and offload a bunch of these plates as it stands. It is now Squid Game. It is indeed Squid Game. It's a game of squids. A match with calamari. A something with something. Oh. Yeah, that's fair. That. Hey. Yeah. It is another thing. Okay, curiosity getting the better of me. One of the lockers in Totobori had a squid in it. Yep, well, I've already done the locker, so that's fine. Can you change the time of day at Sineada's hideout? During the finale, except for one day-night cycle, it gives you... Can you get the squid? No, that's only just talking about eating calamari, maybe. Also, hello, Kevin Anderson. Welcome. And 5 minutes of Kiryu. Okay, fair enough. Well, that's going to have much of an effect, considering I'm just sort of sat here fishing, but okay. And there we go. 5 minutes of Kiryu. At least I get to use some more Kiryu voice, so I get to practice it a bit more. Right. Squid. Why do I get the feeling that I might have done myself out of doing this before the finale? How am I for bait? I have one piece of bait left. Right, let's get rid of these first, and then... I don't know. I really don't know. I'm kind of hoping that I'm just going to get lucky, and that it's not a hard lock of time of day for the fish, but I get the feeling that this might be a completion list we can't complete before Premium Adventure, which I always hate. And we did so well as well. But I'm going to keep trying. Just a little longer. You never know. We might get lucky. Stop! How much do you got left before 100%? Tell you in a moment. I think we're at about 99%. I think we've not got a lot further to go. We've got 2 weapons left to craft and a bunch of heat actions. And a bunch of weapon levels. All in all, still a fair ways to go. More power to you. Now I'm trying to do 100% on Yakuza 1, it's not going well. Yeah, have fun with that. I know surprisingly little of the original Yakuza 1.
行くよ。取れ。来た。
What do we think this could be? I'm guessing a squid does not generate this kind of... The thing is, I've had squid before and I've just sold it to the fisherman, not think. I really, really hate the weapon crafting in this game. There we go. It's just the investment system's dumb. I can understand the monetary investment, but just investing random bits out my bleeding inventory. Unless I get well, no, because I would have seen the squid when Toby's selling stuff to the fishermen. So yeah, yeah. Coliseum looks flooded. It is slightly, yeah. I'm trying to help him out. Apparently a giant squid's flooded the entire Coliseum. So yeah, I thought I'd save the day and fish it out of the drink, but unfortunately I think we're just stuck with it. Not as bad as this, actually. More simple. There isn't that many minigames in one. However, there are missable sub-stories and coin lockers, so you can imagine how that is. Yeah, I can. I spend most of my time running around these games fretting about missing out on coin lockers and stuff. If this is an oil drum, I'm going to be deeply, deeply annoyed. Imagine if you'd opened the coin lockers as a roca. Oh, that would have... Yeah, that would have killed me. That would have killed me. That is another stupid thing in this game. This game has some really stupid things in the background to make 100%ing it absolute sure. This fish does not want to come in, does it? Yeah, man. Who's a good fish? Not you. Well, if I say you are, will you come in a bit easier? The only thing I've got in terms of hope of being able to catch a squid is that we've caught fish from different times of day in the past, so at least in this game. So it makes me wonder if there is a possibility to catch things at down the day when they're not actually supposed to be there. It's just easier to catch them at certain times of day. Come on, you scaled menace. Yeah, man. It is! An oil drum. I'm almost positive the game just hates me at this point. All that effort for a epoxy steel drum. Oh, well, this chat's having fun over that. Right, okay, let's try again. Oh, there's a different sort of music now, so there we go. Oh, I should have made a timestamp of that one. Actually, I'm going to make a timestamp of that one. Sorry to interrupt the fishing joy, but give me a second. I... Ah. Oh wow, he's steel. There's briefcase. Okay then. Is there a squid in the briefcase? No, it's horse mackerel. Okay then. Sure.
いくよ。取れ。来た。
Oh no. This is another steel drum. It's becoming in a bit faster than steel drum, so maybe not. Damn it. It's gonna be a steel drum. Yeah. And it is! And I was... Right! No! I mean, I'm not giving up on the fishing for the moment, but I should probably go and bin off some of the inventory. Ah! I had a damn squid anyway. And ah! Where's one nearest that one? That's nearest save. Use item box. No, I thought in one hopeful moment, maybe the squid isn't classified as a fish, but no. No. I don't remember what Sinead's apartment is now. But I'm trusting that if I can't do any time progression at New Serena, I can't do any time progression as any of the characters otherwise, so I'm back. I think anything hangs upon the balance of us having the Marlin whatever it is, but yeah. Right, let's try a bit longer, but I suspect it's a lost cause at this point. Let's try throwing a bit further out. Yeah, man. No, it's going to be an umbrella, isn't it? It is. Here's an umbrella. Oh, what is it? Right.
取れ
Ah, that's too far in.
Stop!
Oh, I swear, if this is another oil drum. No, no, the game's not gamey like that again. No. No, the music was high tempo, so it could have very well been an oil drum. Ooh, this looks promising. He says, even though it's the wrong time of day. But I don't know how ingrained that is in the game. Like I said, I don't know whether it's a case of you can only catch these fish at this time of day, or there's a better chance of catching them at this time of day, but you've still got the possibility. Still a Valentine for the whiskey of the month? Yeah, pretty much. I've still got plenty of it left. Fine, it's either going to be another oil drum, or it's going to be a fish. Well, it's already pulling out to 203 meters, so... Turbo promoting a free tour of my local whiskey shop. Oh, free tour in my local whiskey shop. Fair enough. Oh, miss. Okay, I don't care. Keep fishing. Let's try this one. Yes, another oil drum. Probably drums if you're ever in Aya. It's the place you need to visit to buy whiskey. Fair enough. You don't smoke, so I can't recommend my local tobacconist. Fur? Fur? The amount of fight this thing took. And it is an oil pump. If you did smoke, you would be a fancy cigar man. Cigar or pipe. Problem is that both of those you need to basically sit there quiet for a while, and I'm not one for sitting quiet for a while.
行くよ。とりゃ。来た。
Come on. It is another briefcase. With an after minute. Right. Let's try with some of Manila clams again. Yeah, other than that. Oh, we could try with another type of bait. Vinegar squid? I haven't tried that yet. Try the vinegar squid. After this, I will just, yeah. I will have to let it go and we'll move on to the weapon level grindy bollocks. This game is putting up one massive fight.
行くよ。とりゃ。来た。
And it is another briefcase. It is screaming, please don't leave me, Daddy Ezio Senpai. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I found some shrimp in the briefcase. Okay, sure. I will try this fish.
行くよ。
Though if it feels like it's a steel drum, I'm just going to bin the idea off. Probably pause while I pour myself a drink as well. Though, in typical fashion, it would not. I suppose it's only poetic that in order to get to the end, to get everything in this game, I do have to go into premium adventure. At which point, we might as well try the extra thing in the Colosseum as well. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe that might be a bit too far. Don't know. I'll think about it.
Stop!
Yeah, well. It is a boogum. The steel drum is slowly becoming Ezio's least favourite instrument. No, I like a good steel drum, just not these oil drums that we keep pulling out of the brink that are probably filled with cement. And the angry spirits of some poor Yakuza. Oh. Just realised I've been a bit of a dingus. I didn't realise it was R. Even though it says on the screen it was R1 and R2 for the fast reel, I've just been using R2, so I was reeling in at normal speed this entire time. Yeah, it's a bit quicker. Whoopsies. Oh. Sell it. Yeah.
Stop!
Ah, be another Fugu. At least it's not a steel drum this time. You too have seen what has been posted in the Brutal. Yes.
Stop!
This is going up too much of a fight. Probably an umbrella. Okay. How is it the inanimate objects always seem to put up more of a fight than the actual fish themselves?
Stop!
And here I was worried that I was going to miss the end on Saturday. Well, thanks, game. Yeah. Yeah. Missed that one. I'd be amazed if we finished on Saturday anyway. But
Stop!
we've still got all the leveling to do, and we've got the Ammon fight. And depending on how difficult the Ammon fight is, then yeah. Then there is the finale, then there's Premium Adventure, and then we're done. And I do not know if I'll have custom thumbnail for the Spyro stuff in time, but we shall see. To be honest, I was not expecting the weapons and gear to be quite as quick as it was then next Saturday, but it's entirely possible. I think we're very much near the end. No, it's a sellable product rather than just a steel drum. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be amazed if we were still playing this game by the end of November. Oh, mentioning Portal very earlier in the stream, the main reason I want to do a Portal run is because there's the RTX version of Portal, and I have an RTX graphics card. So I thought, well, you know what, I might have a look at that, see what the ray tracing looks like in Portal. And then if you play Portal 1, you by law have to play Portal 2. I'm sorry, it's just by law. Umbrella. Was that the last piece of bait, perchance? I give up. I surrender. We'll do it in Premium Adventure. That's it. There's now done. No. Just no. Known. Known. Oh well, right. That's annoying. I mean, that is just deeply, deeply annoying. Yeah. Where are we up to with the completion? Kiryu must save the day as usual, pretty much. No, only Sinead can 99.10%. The annoying thing is that at the end of the game, I'm going to have to look at that and say, oh, well, we're now at 99.97%. It's going to be Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom again. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be, I finished the game, but no, the game's just going to be there a little bit short, but you know what, fine. We're not locked out. It's not like there is zero way for us to get our hands upon this 100%. It's just that the game has arbitrarily decided, no, screw you, muppet. Not in Premium Adventure, no. I thought you could travel everywhere with everyone. I don't know, actually. Maybe. I also want to see in the karaoke if we can pair up with Haruka for a karaoke song, which would be very nice. But I don't know. Right, so the completion list is now out of our grasp. We cannot... Oh, yeah, I need the... What do I need for... Well, we can at least do that. What do I need for the Mr. Random? Oh! I didn't sweat, by the way. I cut myself off. That's right. If you want to get the Drow Z55, you need to grind the stupid Inner Fighter 8 minigame again. Right. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. Piffling. Reed. Squirrel. Mystery liquid, yeah, mystery liquid. What's your look like? I can't remember. I wasn't paying attention at the start of the game. Tell you what, we'll go back to New Serena and switch to Kiryu. Actually, also out of curiosity, where are we with leveling with Sinead's the weapons ability? Hammer, guns. Oh! Oh, good. Oh, we get to go back to the Colosseum again, because that's the easiest place to level up with guns. Oh, wonderful. Right. This just keeps getting better and better. Ooh, yes. Yep, I mean, we could grind out the guns normally, but let's face it, versus the 100 is probably the easiest way for us to grind through the guns, because we just get handguns and shotguns periodically, which we can then just pump into people, and it's just an easy way to farm all of the gun stuff. I think Sinead is the only one who doesn't have the full gun list, so yeah. Yeah. Stupid couch. It's just, this game just, it makes you work. It's still not as bad as Tears of the Kingdom. I can't say it's as bad as Tears of the Kingdom because at least it's different things. It's not just a collectathon disguised as a different thing. Oh, find 1,000 Korok seeds. Oh, find every well. Oh, find every cave. It's just, yeah. At least with this, I'm doing different things. I'm just aggravated deeply by their insistence on just having these little side paths that can completely snooker you. Like, if you didn't know about the inventory and you got unlocked the coin lockers as Haruka, up yours, bucko. You gotta play the game from the start. All here, it's a case of, well, you didn't keep hold of that squid, and now you're completely snookered because you need the squid to unlock one of the crafting weapons, and it's just, oh yes, well that's alright, I'll just change the time of the day when I get to New Serena in the finale. Oh no, you only get one cycle, my friend. Oh, do I now? It's Yakuza 3. This is Yakuza 3 all over again. Because we were done out of our free credits 100% in that game because of one sub-story hidden around a corner at a specific time of day in an area of the map that I wasn't going to go anywhere near. Right, anyway. Before we go on to the joy of Midmeter and Inner Fighter 8, I need to step away for a moment, and so I shall. Be right back. Don't go away. Right. Let's continue by going and doing my favoritist of mini games, or one of them. Inner Fighter 8 Road Fury. Yeah, okay. I'm fully healed. No. Piss off. No. Go away. No. Texting me now. Oh, she's still texting me. Just isn't fun when you're not around. I think come and pop your head in once in a while. Tempting. Tempting, but... I mean, I'll call you for karaoke if you want. Yeah. Let's play Nagasugai again. Maybe the game will be kind. Maybe we'll get the mystery liquid on the first try. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Oh well. That's death then. Kiryu versus the Waluigi. Bioshock. Bioshock's another one that I should probably play at some point on the channel. That's also another one that's going to do me head in, because I've never finished it, but I did play it back in the day. Well, I played it some years ago, some of it, and I do remember that if you miss like even one little sister, then you get the bad ending. At that point, it's a case, or you don't get the good ending. So that's going to be one headache as well. That's probably going to be a guide-heavy one. I need to know if this returns. I think chat mentioned previously that it doesn't. I wrote a paper on Bioshock 2. I wonder if he still has it somewhere. Probably on a hard drive somewhere. I've just realised I got a Tiger Drop. There we go. Looks like ages since I used Tiger Drop. I got a gravity converter. I don't suppose you'll give me a squid. Keep going until he gives me the mysterious liquid, apparently. You. Get rid of you. No, stop that. Don't. That does it. Boy! Oh, I love the tiger drop. L'Oreal. Girls has a new job. Yes, yes, I saw. Well, I saw she'd quit her previous job and she had a new job to jump into. So, good on Jam. Well, I was done with grinding this stupid minigame when we got the last of the soul orbs. I'm glad I went with Kiryu now because I can just tiger drop the final boss, which makes my life so much easier. In communications rather than project management. But, oh. Bye. Yeah, burning up holidays at the end of a contract. Yeah, that sounds about right. Boom. Whereas I'm finally trying to use up my flexi time that I earn at work instead of overtime. More motor. Not what we need. Of course, the game isn't going to be kind. Oh, she's fluent in 3 languages, so communication is pretty perfect for her. She is the German version of Uhura from Star Trek. One of my favourite films. Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, but one scene does annoy me in it is them scrambling to try and figure out Klingon words to trick a Klingon vessel that they're trying to trick a Klingon enemy vessel. And it's just a case of Uhura could speak like 50 languages or something. I'm pretty sure she could probably speak Klingon without the use of a book. Just done for comedic effect, to be honest, but still, it does hurt. It spits in the face of the law. And we all know how I feel about the law. Of any game. Or franchise. The Undiscovered Country seems to be a lot of people's favourite. It's a good movie. It's a brilliant send-off to the original series cast. I mean, Wrath of Khan's considered one of the all-time greats, but I just prefer The Undiscovered Country. I don't know why. It's just one of those great movies. Totally destroyed it all in Generations. Yeah, Generations was a weird one. I mean, I've never read. Actually, I really should. I've got them on the bookshelf. I've got like the first 3 of Shatner's novels, which was Ashes of Eden, which is sort of a follow-on from Undiscovered Country, and then Star Trek Return, which just tells the story about how Captain Kirk came back to life, and then I don't know what the other one's about. But yeah, it was a bit daft. Generations was a bit of a mess. I mean, the opening scene where you've got Kirk, Scotty, and Chekhov was supposed to have actually been Kirk, Bones, and Spock, which makes perfect sense when you think about it. Not that I'm going to complain too bitterly, because we got more of Scotty, and unsurprisingly, Scotty is my favourite character, so you know. But yeah, Generations was just one of those weird ones, and it's a case of, well, it's supposed to be Kirk and Picard working together. But they don't really. They cook a bit, ride some horses, then they have a big climactic fight scene, and then Kirk falls off a bridge, saving the day. I mean, he does save the day, but it's a very, very odd movie. Gravity Converter, okay. Having listened to a podcast where they watched all of the original series films and the Next Generation movies, and all of the Next Generation movies are weird. Well, I mean, yeah, Generations was... They could have done so much more with that. But the destruction of the Enterprise D was, in fairness, a pretty cool crash scene. And it's set, and they laid the foundations for something else many years later. First Contact. I actually quite enjoyed First Contact, I must admit. I enjoy First Contact as a film. It's not a bad film. Then you had... Was it Insurrection or something? Which was just a very strange movie. Not entirely sure what they were doing with that. And then you had Nemesis, which was also a kind of strange movie. No, Next Generation worked better as a TV series than it did as a movie, whereas the original series worked very well as a TV series, had the animated series, and then it kind of worked as movies. I mean, you've got the motion picture, which very slow, Wrath of Khan, classic, Search for Spock. They always say the odd-numbered Star Trek films are the worst, but no, Search for Spock. I mean, they're stealing the Enterprise. Classic scene. Then you've got Voyage Home, which is just another classic. Then you've got The Voyage Home, which is... not Voyage Home. Then you've got... what was it? Star Trek 5, The Final Front... Why is the subtitle for Star Trek 5? Anyway, you've got Star Trek 5, which is... Yeah, that's an odd one. It's a rather odd one. Don't remember it being too egregious, but it's certainly an odd one. And then obviously you've got Star Trek 6. Actually, mentioning that... nope. Robotech. Mentioning that. All the Star Trek films. Well, at least all of the original motion pictures. So yeah, Undiscovered Country. Star Trek The Captain's Summit. I have no idea what that one is. Is that just a special feature? Films exclusively for this release. 5 of the Final Frontier's greatest names sit down for a 70-minute and under round table. William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy. Oh, right. What? Okay. They've got William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, and Whoopi Goldberg hosting. Oh, okay. That actually sounds pretty cool. You've got the two captains and the two the sub-captains? I forget. Anyway, yes, the two first officers. First officers, that's what I'm thinking of. The Final Frontier. It was the Final Frontier. But yeah, I keep meaning to put this on the Plex server at some point. I do love the original Star Trek films. I just do. The original premise of the podcast was three friends. One of them hadn't seen any Star Trek, so they were curious if one could become a Star Trek fan after watching all the movies. Fair enough. I've got all the original series on Blu-ray as well. I'm meaning to get all of the Next Generation on Blu-ray also because I never watched the original series growing up. It was always episodes of Next Generation on Sky 1. So I grew up mainly watching the Next Generation. It was only years before then that I discovered there was an actual series before the Next Generation with Kirk and Spock and everything, and it was just like, oh, that's why it's called the Next Generation. But yeah, and then I saw the Enterprise constituted. I love the Constitution class. The original Enterprise, the charm about it, but my favourite starship is the Constitution refit. It's just such a pretty ship. And then you've got the Galaxy class from Next Generation, and I don't know. The saucer section always looks too big, and the neck looks too weird. It's got weird proportions as the Galaxy class. I've come to appreciate it as I've got older, but no, it's nothing on the Constitution. I need to watch the Next Generation, but I can't seem to get through the first season. The first series is rough. It has its moments, but the first series is... The cast are very much trying to find their feet in all of it, and the production team, so yeah, it's kind of a rough series, but once you get to series 2 and further onwards, it does start to warm up quite a lot. You can tell which series you're on, because if it's series 1, Riker doesn't have a beard. After that, they decided, yeah, Riker can have a beard. Apart from like a few episodes or a series where Geordi had a beard, the producers said, no, you're not allowed to have a beard because Geordi doesn't have a beard. And then LeVar Burton just turned up one day with this beard, and they just filmed the episodes because he refused to shave, and then they made him shave, and then that was the end of that. But he has a beard in the movies. I think he has a beard in the movies. Pretty sure he has a beard in the movies. Definitely in Picard Series 3. Riker doesn't have a beard. Completely made up. A total fabrication. I get that reference. Wow, I'm not actually able to land a tiger drop on this dude. No. Probably my favourite Jonathan Frakes move. Good friends with Gene Roddenberry was Jonathan Frakes. From the sounds of it. Or it was a... Ah! Finally! Mysterious Liquid. Right. Or it was a student mentor thing. It was Gene Roddenberry, I think, who pushed Frakes into doing the Paramount Directors Program. Hence why he ended up directing so many episodes of The Next Generation. And many other episodes of Star Trek besides. I mean, he directed, I think, some of Voyager and some of Deep Space Nine. He's definitely directed some of Strange New Worlds, but I refused to watch that series, especially after the musical. I saw clips of the musical episode, and it was just like, no, no, I don't think so. No. I need to watch The Last Airbender as well. I've not watched all of The Last Airbender. I've watched parts of it. I think I watched the first couple of series. Quite liked it. It's all right. But like many TV shows, I sort of ended up running out of time to actually watch them. I've been literally trying to finish watching Lupin the Third Part 4 for years at this point. It's not that it's a bad series and I don't like it, it's just sitting down and watching it. Cool. Don't hit me. After you started the fight, you moron. The only reason you have watched all of Doctor Who from 2005 onwards is because you watched it on a Saturday and at Christmas. Yes, actually. It was very easy when it was on terrestrial TV. I actually had a set time where I had to sit down and watch it. Love Doctor Who. I absolutely love Doctor Who. Shame it ended back in 2012 or something. Whenever Capaldi regenerated. Oh, if you want destruction of lore, then there you go. What they did to Doctor Who. I continue to do so. And oh, it's coming back in 2026. Oh, is it? Oh, it's still being written by Russell T Davies. Oh, is it now? Well, I'm not going to be interested, am I? It's probably going to bring back David Tennant again, team him up with Billy Piper somehow, and that's going to be the glorious revelation, apart from it bloody isn't, because it just all just a mess previously. No, the only way I'll be happy is if they basically had somebody swoop in and say, yeah, Jodie Whittaker, Ncuti Gatwa, never happened. All just some trick of the Rani or something. Or the Master, or etc., where it was just the Doctor locked in a simulation for 100 years, and it all never happened, and it's just a fresh start where Capaldi left off, and it's just like, awesome, there we go, no more time as children, Gallifrey is still around. No Flux, no singing goblin creatures on a pirate ship. Or spider barber shops crawling through the web of the universe, or intergalactic song contests, or... They didn't give a decent reason why everything went to hell in the lore. What? The Trickster? Not the Trickster. That was a Sarah Jane's villain. The Toy Master. The Toy Maker. The Celestial Toy Maker. There we go. It was Neil Patrick Harris's fault. Yeah, the Celestial Toy Maker. But you can't say the Celestial Toy Maker because Celestial Toy Maker is some sort of Chinese slur, or I don't understand modern things. But yes. Yeah, that was a way to sweep it under the rug and just basically say, oh, it's the Toy Master being all of evil and ha ha ha, and then they decided, no, we're not going to do anything with that. Oh, okay, fine. And bi-generation, and oh well, when the Doctor bi-generated, then all of his previous regenerations bi-generated. So there's an infinite number of Doctors, and it's just, is there now? And then the whole Billy Piper thing at the end is just, oh, well, we've killed it dead. Because you're not going to get anyone writing any story. Well, it was some producer. No, former Doctor Who writer or producer or something who's put it quite right. Is nobody's going to write any stories about Billy Piper's Doctor. It's just not. It doesn't make sense. It's just, I'd be amazed if they write. I'm surprised. Well, they're making Jodie Whittaker audio adventures because of course they are. But I can't imagine there's much of an audience for them. There's some audience for her, and if you like her, all the more power to you. But I don't think you're going to make any sort of profit on it. I'd watched the episode before Singing Goblins on a pirate ship, which would sound like... I hadn't watched episodes before Singing Goblins on a pirate ship. It would sound like a lie to me. I watched many episodes before the Singing Goblins on the pirate ship, and I've unfortunately watched many episodes since. I make a jigsaw out of your history, or whatever it was. It was a good reason, a god-level entity screwing with reality. Yes, but they didn't do anything with it. That's it. It just ended up as a throwaway line. It's cool. Go with it. They didn't. They did not. It's just right. Cool. It's like the Master in the Gold Tooth as well. They did nout with that. Oh, that bleeding pocket watch. Flux. Most of the universe destroyed. You've only got like Earth and it's a few galaxies around it that still exist. And they did nout with that. All of a sudden, oh no, the flux was fixed. Was that the toy maker? Did he fix that? No, apparently not. No, it's all nonsense. The pocket watch went into the TARDIS. The pocket watch was dropped into the heart of the TARDIS to be forgotten for all eternity. But and then there was the whole thing with Tecteun, and that just obliterated entire levels of lore, and it was just basically a big dump of random nonsense. And then you had, oh, the Cybermen Time Lords as well, and it's just... What, so the Master just kept a bunch of corpses in the basement of Gallifrey? Wait, the Master destroyed all of Gallifrey? Oh no, well, that was explained with some sort of eugenics bomb, which basically just eradicated all Time Lords, but it didn't affect the Doctor because he's not actually a Time Lord, and the Rani just shifted her genetics or something. Nope, as far as I'm concerned, Twice Upon a Time was the end of it. No, the caveat of, if I ever really need it. Yeah. Yeah. Just... That was never going to be resolved. I don't think there's many things that are ever going to be resolved, to be honest. So now we're comparing Supernatural to Doctor Who, but if it is God to mess everything up didn't work for Supernatural, it's doubtful it's going to work for Doctor Who. It could have worked with Doctor Who. That's the annoying thing. They could have taken it. They could have rolled with it. They could have had an entire series of just sort of with that whole mess around it, and it didn't. They beat the toy maker in a game of catch, which technically for the character makes sense because they challenged him to a game and they won the game, and therefore they said, well, we banish you, and then he was put in a box, and then that makes sense, and then his children return. And I must admit the Lux episode had some very, well, it had its moments. Well, no, I'll give it, I had its moments. I still don't like Shutagawa as a Doctor, but you know, the episode had its moments, and I do appreciate the Roger Rabbit-esque sort of cartoon in real world sort of vibe, because I'm just a sucker for that. But yeah, make the gun, Ezio. Right, I'll make the gun. Right, invest. Never mind. Do I need to invest, or do I need to? No, give me a minute. I will in a minute. Give me a minute. Yes, I do need to invest in Mysterious Liquid. Okay, there we go. It's up to the TARDIS, which we know is the smartest character. The TARDIS is indeed the smartest character. If they ever gave the TARDIS a holographic interface, then that would be the end of it. It's just basically her slapping the Doctor across the head half the time. Oh, right, no. This is the... Yes. No. Mysterious Liquid. There we go. Mysterious... excuse me. Mysterious Liquid is highly viscous, but no one knows what it's for. Maybe you could use it for something. Yes, we're going to give it to this strange man who's going to turn it into a gun for us. Now, if I had Jessica Rabbit in it, then top 5 episodes. No, it had a gnat thing called Mr. Ring-a-Ding, whose heart goes ping. And you shouldn't make him laugh. And then he turned into the universe. The end. You, me, and Skyblaze need to record a Doctor Who episode of Radio Redux sometimes. You know what? That would probably devolve. Yes, that would. Well, that would either be a very deep and interesting conversation, or it would just turn into an argument. Yes. I will play the villain of that episode, I'm sure. It all sucks. It is lousy. I dislike Jodie Whittaker as a doctor. She runs like a duck, and Shooty Gatward just annoys me. Hello? How's it going here? Oh, I'm being attacked on both fronts now. Right, I'm going to leave the waifu channel for a moment. I'm going to craft this damn gun finally. Right. Now, just in case I was imagining things and I actually can craft the thing. No, I cannot. I can't craft the Great Marlin unless I have a squid spear, and I won't have a squid spear unless I have a squid, of which we cannot catch, because I am a dingus. Say, episode, multi-part rant fest. We've had many animated women after her, but the strong argument can be made for Jessica Rabbit is still the sexiest animated woman. An argument could be made, and even the animators had to, well, yes, there was that thing that the Disney animators did, but anyway. Was it Disney animators? Or some animators basically decided to add a certain scene into a certain scene. Stray Girl would be a good addition to the Doctor Who episode to reign in Ezio. What, you're saying Skyblaze couldn't rein me in? I suspect they probably would also be able to put the brakes on me. Then again, the head mage does have supreme powers that even I am very terrified of. So, yeah, this is a fair point. This is a fair point. Right. Please come again. Right. What does the Dow even do? Oh, a fancy name for a tranquilizer gun. I saw the infinite by it and I thought, awesome, I've got an infinite gun. And then I realized, oh, wait, no, it's not the golden gun. Hail, Stray Girl, welcome. You say her name and she appears. I just done myself out of the golden gun because of a bloody squid. No. No, hopefully. Right, okay. Compromise. If I don't get the golden gun, I at least want an entire inventory of zap guns. If this is of the same ilk of Yakuza 0 and the zap gun is just like the god tier weapon of the game, then I will be a happy Ezio. No golden rifle. Finish the main mission. No, only available in premium. Rat. Right, the Golden Gun's only available in Premium Adventure. Once you've completed the game, you can acquire access to the main menu, use the cliff save, you can check the extra section of the main menu for these costumes. Every character can change clothes in the hideout in New Serena. Taxi driver, unlock Haruka decal. Is me neat. You can use the golden rifle, which can drop animals in one shot. That's where the golden rifle comes in. Road to Fame, go to the locker room in the diner chair and switch to Haruka's red and black striped outfit. Cool. Coastal Swing, you have the fried shrimp bat for use in the batting. Of course we do. Why couldn't we get that for the main story? Or just as a completion item, but no, apparently I'm not allowed to have the fried shrimp bat for Sinead. I've been... Oh dear. Right, I'll leave. I'm not singing, I'll leave chat to that one. That's a wrestling reference, I'm sure. Speaking of Golden, yes. Warning, Ezio. I've just seen a Jody cosplay Skyblaze. Skyblaze is free to cosplay as Jodie Whittaker. Skyblaze is free to enjoy Jodie Whittaker's performance as the Doctor. I reserve my right of free speech to, however, say that I really do not like her as the Doctor, and that she runs like a duck. The end. To be continued in part 27. The ranting returns. As soon as somebody sets me off again, I suppose. Anyway, right, we've now got the drow. This is a good thing. But I will also tell you what else is a good thing. Kamiyama, before I leave, you must know something. As must you. All of chat. Yes. You must know of the great and wondrous words of our noblest of noble prophets. Yes, Kaneyama, our noblest of prophets, Gary, who stands with Beanie, twixt the vending sheens of Night City. No, no, my friend. Vending sheens, not vending machines, for they are something else entirely. For he speaks the great words. The word of the great and noble techno-necromancers, the vampiric overlords, the werewolf minions. Lo, for they are unfortunately in a dire state, for they decided to go against the noblest Saint Stray Girl and steal her Final Fantasy subscription. Unfortunately, many of them did not survive the expedition, and many more were thrust upon a black hole never to be seen again, except it was a wormhole and they traveled through time, and now they are conquering the moons of Jupiter. But we will gloss over this. For amongst all of these things, all of these great and noblest of things, the words, and the mighty words, the noble words, the words of Alpha. Alpha. Thank you! There we go. That good enough for you? Marvelous. I'm glad that was appreciated. Right, anyway. So, we now have the drow. We have our penultimate weapon, I suppose. So, next course of action is I'm going to be lazy. Shocking, I know. And we're going to use a taxi, and we're going to go back to New Serena. My next plan, I got interrupted and missed it to clip. Oh, hold on. What is the timestamp? Oh, bloody. Okay, that's the time. Right, right, 2:18. I'll say 2:15. Oh, to 0, 0. There we go. Remind me later, Kev, and I shall try and... Oh, I've got the timestamp now, so I'll stitch something together, I suppose, when I have the time. Right, let us head to New Serena. Right, so my cunning plan of action for the weapon leveling is I'm going to take a reverse approach. I'm going to start with Shineda, and then I'm going to work my way backwards through the other characters. So we'll do Shineda, then Akiyama, then Thingy. Sejima. I keep getting him and Shineda mixed up in my head for some reason. But yeah, then we'll do Sejima, then we'll finish on Kiryu. And then that's everyone max leveled, and then we're on to the Amok fight. There's an angry dude there, isn't there? Yeah. Hello, angry dude with the stupid face mask and wearing a t-shirt under a suit for some inexplicable reason. Have some self-respect and wear a shirt, dingus! Bonk. Ah! Oh, you go down. Right, okay, well, I missed my chance there. Delighted to hear about this Lord Stragel's conquests of the moons of Jupiter. Might I suggest Castillo? Probably nice this time. No. Stragel has banished many of the werewolves. Unless she's taken over the werewolves. In which case the werewolves are now being controlled by Saint Strago. In which case that just adds an entire new layer of complexity to the legend of Alpha Centauri. I can say that now, it's been unlocked. I should probably make use of that unlock more often. I certainly will when we come to play Cyberpunk, because though I don't expect to run into the Prophet anytime soon, I do expect to be able to make reference to that, even though it was years ago at this point. Take a swig of whiskey. Okay, there. I don't know why I got to redeem of a swig of whiskey, but I will take the swig of whiskey. Hail, Kev! And cheers. You get a reward. But I have failed. I will not get I will not get to the 100% mark before the credits roll. But we will before we finish this journey. Just typical Yakuza being Yakuza deciding, oh no, you're not allowed to actually finish. Right, that's another quirk of these games that annoy me. I go into a menu, I click the menu, and then it goes, I'm going to wait a second before I let you move the controls. So I say, switch character, and it goes, okay, do you wish to switch character? And then I press the left to say yes, but it doesn't register. I press it, I have to wait a second, then I press it, then I press X, and it's just... It's a very small issue, but it annoys me all the same. Right. Okay, let's go and get another taxi, because I am indeed exceedingly lazy. Sorry. Oh, there's a goon right next to the taxi rank. Okay, fine. You want to fight? Yeah, boy. Yeah, we'll have a fight. Yeah, come on then. I must admit, Shineda is quite a fun fight style. Like all of the Yakuza characters, as the games progress, I've sort of come to appreciate the fight style more and more. Bonk. It's like Sejima. Sejima at the start is just a chore because he's tanky, but he's slow. And then as you progress, you unlock more, and it's just like, oh yeah, yeah, he is a force. Give him a few more years, and he'd give even the Obiturian a run for her money. Now, good news, chat. We get to return to Purgatory. Isn't it glorious? Isn't it so great that we get to return to the corridors of Waifu and the Colosseum? My heart sings with joy at the mere thought of it. Oh well. Sorry, mate. Got any squid? No, probably not. Well, in fairness, we don't have to do the Colosseum. We could just spend a lot of money on various guns and just level up that way. But, hello, waifu. I am insanely cheap. And therefore, yeah, we're not doing that. We're going to use the guns for free. Also, what you fool? Cheers. Hello, Hearts. Welcome. Waifu of the moment. Ooh, good question. Your Forger. Spy Family. That's what I'm going to go with. Or who I'm going to go with, rather. Oh, my back here. Why am I back here? Right, anyway, save. Game. Yes. Saving. Save complete. Saving. Save complete. And with that, we will continue this next time. Oh, there we go. I thought I was missing a button there. Nope, no, I've mucked up the timing there, but whatever, there we go. There we have it, another evening of Yakuza 5 done, where it's still at, what, 99.10% or something. 99.1% of. So, yeah, we're getting there. We will not get to the glorious 100% before the credits roll, because I need a squid. I can't get a squid until nighttime. I can't progress the time of day to nighttime until after the finale, because I didn't realize at the time that I didn't have an infinite cycle of changing the time like I have in previous Yakuza games, and therefore, yeah, we can only catch the squid at night. We'll have to do that in Premium Adventure, because the only way to get to night is to get past the finale and unlock Premium Adventure. So that's one weapon that has completely snookered us on the completion list, but it's not the end of the world because we can do it. It's just another, like, Breath of the Wild thing where we'll get the 100%, but we have to just go a little bit into the epilogue in order to do it, so fine. And if I'm going to have to go into Premium Adventure for the weapon, then I might as well go into the Premium Adventure and try doing this extra thing in the Colosseum. Don't have to do it, don't have to beat it on every character. I might beat it as Kiryu because of Tiger Drop, but yes, we've got that one thing to do. So yes, won't get the 100%, but we're getting there. So next is leveling all the weapon abilities. Why are we in the Colosseum? Because 1 versus 100 has guns. Guns are what we need, one of the things we need to level on Shinada, so we're going to work backwards. We're going to level Shinada on all of his weapons, because Weapon Master, and then we'll go to Akiyama and level all his weapon skills. He's already max guns, I think, because of the Colosseum anyway. Then we'll do Sagema, who is definitely max guns, I remember that one. And then once he's all leveled, then we'll finish up with Kiryu. Then we need to check the guide and find out explicitly what gear we need for the Amon fights, because in Yakuza 4, we had to have a specific set out in order to help us through the Amon fights. So once I figured that one out, I also need to test the Zap guns to see if they're overpowered, because if they are, I'm most certainly going to use them against the Amon dinguses, because bah. And then after that, it's Journey's End. We're into the finale. We finish the game, we do Premium Adventure, we finish the 100%. We leave the shores of Camarocho behind us for a while. For a good long while. So yeah, we're nearly there. It's been an epic. This one goes down in Vortex lore on pinnacle with Breath of the Wild as an epic. We don't mention Tears of the Kingdom. That wasn't an epic. That was an Inferno. I still don't like that game. But I did like Breath of the Wild in the end. To a degree. So, yeah, anyway. But yes, this is going to be one of my crowning achievements. It's just... Good lord, this game. I love it, but it is just... fast. But anyway, that said, if you're new here, hi, I'm Ezio. It's a pleasure to meet you. If you enjoyed what you saw, well, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that follow button, but the decision will always be yours. If you ever want to catch me live, well, you can find me right back here on twitch.tv/GodEzio at 2:30 this very Saturday as we continue our journey into the world of this fantastic game. And hey, if you've missed any of these streams, if you want to catch up with any of our journey into the world of this game or of any other games that we've done on this channel, admittedly there is a bias towards Yakuza, I freely admit, you can find them all uploaded to the YouTube archive, linked in the panels down below, containing playlists of every game, every journey, as I call them, that we've ever been on here on this channel. That reminds me, I probably should refresh those panels at some point. I think they're still the original ones from when I started years ago. I made them in Photoshop, so I need to sort those. I'll make a note of it after the stream if I can. But yes, anyway, I think that's everything. Everything apart from a thank you to each and every one of you. Be you a chatter, be you a lurker, be you watching live here on Twitch or in the YouTube archives. Thank you very much for joining me on this journey this evening. Thank you for joining me as we've travelled through the world of this fantastic game. And most of all, thank you for spending a little bit of your life here with me here on the channel. It means the world. It always will do. And it always does. Now, let us see if we have enough to pay the good vibes forward. That's an Excel spreadsheet. That's not going to help me. Yes, actually. Okay, let's see. Twitch.tv. Is there anyone currently live on the raid list? No. Oh, okay then. Well, unless I raid Bob Ross, but I don't think that's going to work. So in that case, I think I will just call it here as my outro music runs out. Fair enough. Anyway, with that said, with that done to each and every one of you, may you all have a beautiful evening, morning or afternoon, wherever it is around this whole wide world you are. And as always, until our paths next cross again, the Vortex awaits. And I'll see you all next time.